Forests provided everything: timber, spices, oil, and medicine. Patches like the Western Ghats held incredible diversity. This forest cover disappeared fast. Between 1700 and 1995, 13.9 million square kilometers of forest were cleared globally. Colonial rulers viewed forests as unproductive wilderness that needed to be improved to yield agricultural products and revenue. In India, deforestation became systematic under colonial rule. The British greatly encouraged cash crops like jute, sugar, and cotton. By the 1820s, search parties came to India. A massive new demand arose with the spread of railways after the 1850s, essential for trade and troops. Every mile of track required up to 2,000 sleepers. Contractors were given quotas and cut trees indiscriminately, causing rapid forest disappearance near tracks. Large areas were also cleared for plantations of tea, coffee, and rubber to meet Europe's growing commodity needs. The colonial government gave vast tracts to European planters at cheap rates. Worried about destruction, the British invited German expert Dietrich Brandis. He became the first Inspector General of Forests in India. Brandis established the Indian Forest Service in 1864 and helped formulate the Indian Forest Act of 1865. The system taught was called scientific forestry. In scientific forestry, natural forests were cut down and replaced by monoculture plantations of a single species, like teak or sal, for timber production. The Forest Act of 1878 divided forests into three categories. The best were reserved forests, from which villagers were barred from taking anything, even for personal use. The Forest Act caused severe hardship. Everyday practices like cutting wood, grazing, and collecting fruits became illegal. Villagers were forced to steal wood and pay bribes to forest guards. A major impact was the ban on shifting cultivation, JHUM or Podu. European foresters regarded this traditional practice as wasteful and a fire risk to valuable timber. Traditional hunting by forest dwellers was prohibited, turning them into poachers. Meanwhile, colonial officials and rajas turned the killing of tigers and other animals into a grand sport. New trade opportunities did not mean better lives. Communities were forced to leave their occupations, often becoming impoverished laborers with low wages and bad working conditions on plantations. Forest communities rebelled across India, led by figures like Birsa Munda. We focus on the Basta Rebellion of 1910 in Chhattisgarh. People were worried by the 1905 proposal to reserve two-thirds of the forest, combined with high land rents and severe famines. The Durwas took the initiative, with Gunda Dur as an important figure. Mango boughs, chilies, and arrows circulated as a message to rebel. Rebels attacked officials, traders, schools, and police stations, redistributing grain and temporarily suspending work on reservation. In Java, Dutch colonial rule introduced similar controls. The Kalangs, skilled woodcutters, rebelled in 1770, but the uprising was suppressed. The Dutch imposed the Belangendiensten, free labor, system. Around 1890, Sarontico Salmon began questioning state ownership of the forest. Thousands of Saminists protested by refusing to pay taxes or by lying down during surveys. Wars devastated forests, as the Dutch followed a scorched earth policy against the Japanese. However, since the 1980s, the focus has shifted to conservation and involving local communities. Today, dense forests survive thanks to local protection in sacred groves, showing that these communities are very much part of our modern world.